Hello and welcome to Spotlight on S24 television, the space where ideas meet impact and where the minds shaping politics, development, security, governance, and the future of our global society takes center stage. Today on Spotlight on, we turn our lens to Kano State through communication for development experts, Nigeria's political heartbeat where loyalty and power often collide. For decades, Kano has shaped national politics, but recent developments have reopened old questions about ideology, allegiance, and the price of power. The defection of Governor Abba Yusuf from the New Nigeria People's Party to the ruling All Progressives Congress has triggered intense debate, praised by some as political pragmatism, condemned by others as betrayal. At the center of this storm stands the Kwankwasiyya movement, led by Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. His words from an interview session drew a firm line: there is no room for dual loyalty. Today, we go beyond sensation because that's what's been in the media space. We interrogate motive, meaning, and consequence, with a man at the center of the movement's public voice. This is Spotlight on, where ideas meet impact. Again, let's begin the conversation with Captain Mansur Umar Kurugu. Welcome to Spotlight on today.
Thank you very much, Halima. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So the Kwankwaso, NNPP, and APC defection saga is something that is still very fresh in the mind of Nigerians, absolutely, especially Kano indigents. Yeah. Through your emotions, tell us, what does it feel like to be in this chaos or quagmire at this point in time?
So first of all, thank you for having me. And then, of course, if you are asking for the emotion, especially from the Kwankwasiyya movement side, I can tell you we feel devastated, because I will just give you some example to be able to put it into context. Like, you live in one single family with your father and then the eldest son. And then that eldest son decided to go against everything that you have built together and you believed in it. I mean, how would that feel? Because he is now the second pillar, second most important person in the movement that you have worked together as long as you can remember. And then all of a sudden, without a proper engagement, without a proper reason, without really working together to make sure whatever decisions that are going to happen are happen collectively, that your eldest son moved out with a lot of individuals that you have worked together with to bring him into power. I mean, that is just, you can think of the kind of emotion that the entire family could feel. So at the moment, we are devastated and we feel betrayed.
Considering that you've spent over a decade, I think almost 15 years in this movement, and you've benefited from all of the things that the movement comes with in terms of education, and the fact that you're also a communication for development expert. These things, they are not rocket science. It feels like there must be something that brewed to this point. Can you pinpoint there was an actual reason? Because, of course, there were speculations in the media before that time. Were there actual reasons for this defection? And was there like a grievance between the leader of the movement and the first son, as you've rightly described?
So when it comes to the matter of reason, of course, there must be a reason. It could be a good reason or a bad one, a valid one or none, a reason that we might have known or we might not have known. But if Senator Kwankwaso himself would be among the masses this time around about this whole defection saga in the initial stage, like as we are hearing it as a speculation, he was hearing it as a speculation. I mean, that is just a typical definition on how the governor have decided to go solo on whatever motive he must be having. So it is difficult for us now to be able to place our hand on why the governor would have to leave all of a sudden. But again, if you look at what the governor has been saying, I think I have listened to him on a different platform, trying to give a reason why he moved out of the Kwankwasiyya movement and joined APC. I am not his spokesperson, so I'm not going to speak on his behalf. But I can tell you, if you go into the media and do a research, you'll realize that the governor had contradicted himself 5 times.
Oh, wow.
When it comes to
the reasons. I think we will try to fact check that 5 times.
Just Google it.
Okay.
You can even use a normal chat GPT and say, give me the reasons why the governor have moved out. It will give you 5 different reasons that he mentioned at a different timing, which shows an inconsistency. in the intention, in the actual reasoning why he moved out. And of course, he's just trying to, of course, it is what it is. It is a betrayal. We have to take it that way. And that is the only way we can begin to face this reality. Initially, we were like, are we dreaming? Are we daydreaming? Like, this is Abba. This is the person that we felt should have been the very last person to leave Kwankwasiyya movement. But now a reality had already caught up. I wouldn't say it's catching up. It's here.
You mentioned sudden.
Yeah.
It feels not sudden because there's been this news of possible defection from Governor Abba Yusuf for some time now. I know, even because I followed the Kwankwasiyya movement thing from even the first time that the current governor aspire or vied for the seat and lost, I think 2019 or so. Yeah. And I know I followed through the court case for the 2023 elections where there was like an overturn that, alhamdulillah, I would say it's eventually
the mandate of Kano people
was returned. So I'm not trying to take sides now. I'm just trying to be very objective. So it doesn't feel like, oh, there was a side thing. So I would tell you that even from the outset, it feels like there was some cracks in Kwankwasiyya movement, even from, say, for instance, after the court judgment that overturns the winning of the governor. Do you think placing all of the issues from the outset, or it's just more like, oh, well, like you said, we don't know, it's just a sudden thing, but for most Nigerians and people following Kano politics, it doesn't feel sudden yet?
So it is sudden because there was never a point of time when the Kano state governor made any public statement that signaled any crack in terms of a relationship between him and his benefactor. So whatever we might be hearing, it could be a hearsay. Okay, some people are saying, okay, Abbas had a Africa. We all know when all of those things had happened, together with some members of National Assembly and all of that. But Abba denied all of that. Some of people in Kano State believe that, yeah, Abba might have a hand in it. But do we blame him for things that we don't have a fact?
No.
We wouldn't. And he has a mouth, he has aides that can speak on his behalf. And he denied it. So to us, we feel like, okay, there was never any of those things. But again, if you look at it like in a deeper way, which only people from within will be able to know that, you will realize that from almost his first year, there are certain aspects, some indicators, some patterns that you can see that shows this is not the same Abba we anticipated.
Oh, really?
For example, I will give you this. Abba rode on the platform of NPP to win election. What happened to the party leadership after he won? The party has a governor in one single state. Does the party leadership now feel stronger? Does it feel like now we do have a governor in our party? Were they carried along? Were they given the kind of respect they deserve?
So all of those
they were not. And then another thing is the Kwankwasiyya movement itself. Kwankwasiyya movement is what keeps everybody together, not a political party. Because we were in PDP, we were in APC, we are now in NNPP, right? But the movement continued to move together. So now the movement itself is a body. What did Abba do to the body itself? How did Abba strengthen Kwankwasiyya movement as the first son in the family? Go and ask people in Kano. Go and ask members of the Kwankwasiyya. Abba abandoned Kwankwasiyya movement completely. There is really
in just 1 year.
In less than a year. There is until today that he have left. There is really nothing very tangible for you to show. Like as I'm speaking to you, Kwankwasiyya movement is not having one massive office, logistical support, cars, and all. We don't have all of them.
So you saw the signs. Why did you not take action?
So all of those signs are there, but you give them to humanity. We are created differently, right? Some people are easy to remember, oh, these people have done A, B, C, D, and they deserve this kind of treatment. Some people are very slow to be able to understand all of those things. So he gave it to humanity. He's just a human being, and we are just trying to see how long would he be able to respond to all of these kind of needs. Instead of him to come around, he just moved away.
So it took you over 2 years to see all of these things going on, and you did not take action, because I believe as a movement, and let's even put the political party aside, because it's the movement that brought Abba Kabir. I remember vividly some of the debates that went on at some point in the build-up to 2019 elections that people were not actually rooting for Abba as a person.
Of course, no.
It was
The
the
movement,
Kwankwasiyya
yeah.
movement. So why would you, when you know this is the platform that was used, or it was the vehicle that brought Abba, there should be a mechanism in place for you to take action to, as per reminder that, oh, this is what brought you. Because as people, we can forget things, like you said. Someone can be slow, or someone can be a different person before a position of authority. And when they get there, it's totally a different ballgame. Why did you not take action? That's really a concern.
So first of all, just think of a family. Do you always take a quick action when you're not certain, you're just seeing some patterns? You like, okay, let me just come all out for you.
But you can take caution, right?
So that is part of the things that we did. And again, for you to understand why we reacted the way we react, you really need to know the cardinal principle of Kwankwasiyya.
Okay.
Kwankwasiyya movement is not even about a political winning or gain. It's about giving a better life to people. So our focus, you can talk to people everywhere, and you can talk to Kano people everywhere. A lot of Kano people are in Kwankwasiyya. They don't even wear a red cap, but they believe in what the Kwankwasiyya government is expected to deliver. So I will tell you this. I have been in this movement for as long as I can remember. I never had an appointment, like to say, okay, so I'm in a government or anything. And I've never asked for it. Do you know why? Because I just believe that Kano people will get better if Kwankwasiyya government is leading. And so far, that is being delivered. For me, that's all I need. So what people need in Kwankwasiyya is not just for the personal gain or personal benefit. It's for the betterment of Kano people. And if Abba, from day one, like first year, second year, this guy have drilled completely, and there is no chance of us saying, okay, please, just adjust. Or we know that Kwankwasiyya is no longer relevant. He can no longer advise. He can no longer give some wisdom into it. Of course, we would have come out and say, no, this is not the agreement. But you can remember, like, okay, he started to do some of those, signature interventions of Kwankwasiyya, such as sending people to schools abroad, declaring state of emergency for education, which unfortunately, I am not seeing any state of emergency on education because it's not getting any better.
Yeah,
especially
so
when you're talking about the basic.
were not commensurate to.
So it is the movement that wants all of these education, human development, and all of that. But probably the governor is not comfortable with that. We were not very sure. But today, or as of 27th, we know what the governor wants. We were served in Kano State by APC government under Governor Abba Umar Kurugu for 8 years. And we have seen exactly how he did his government. Now, this governor wants to go back there. Let me just land. He wants to go back there. He wants to abandon what we believed Kano people should have.
Why do you
the
think
education, the human capital development, the women empowerment, less privilege empowerment, all of those things. He doesn't want to do that anymore. They won't go back to the generation of selling lands, plots, graveyards, schools, and all of that.
Can you back that with data, verifiable data? Or it was just like the rumors going around?
It's not even a rumor. We have seen what APC consistently deliver in Kano State.
And then you've seen the same pattern.
And this same Abba was together with us. We were respecting him as the elder son, like I mentioned. So he have seen it. We have lamented all together. And now, all of a sudden, the only people that make sense to him to work with is Gandujia, not even APC. It's to work with the same man that have spent 8 years working to make sure he took Kano State backward over 20 years ago. Now this is the man that you feel you must work with. I mean, it's so. Let me not even tell you this. We are still struggling to understand why Abba felt he really had to betray not Kwankwasiyya, but Kano people. The same Kano people that were killed, the same Kano people that were chased from their house in 2019 during the by-election, the same Kano people that still stood by us and make sure he came into power because they believed in the platform that brought him. Now he's saying, hey, you guys, the same APC you said you don't want, I want it. What they do, like they want to stay without delivering anything tangible, but they will rely on the power from the above, utilizing other machineries to make sure you win election or you even, what do we call it?
Do you think that's possible? Because you've just mentioned Kano people and they are the key people to re-election or non-re-election. I mean, what do you think, or what's the reaction of Kano people from the ground? I believe you came from Kano. What is the reaction? Can you put it to like kind of case study what you envision or what you think this defection would spark among the Kano populace?
So it's not even envisioning, it's a fact, which is verifiable. Kano people are not happy. Kano people are willing to go extra mile and serve him what he deserved comes 2027 election. I will give you how to verify that. And any other person who came across this interview can verify through that. Go through all the social media postings that are made, either by media platforms or by the media aides of the governor or by the spokesperson or by anybody that speaks about this incident. Go and read the comments.
So some
just
would
go and
say,
read the comments,
yeah,
because
of course,
these are unfiltered sentiment and unfiltered emotions from people.
Some would say you can't really put that to test because there is the era that we are. There is what is called the phenomenon called data boys, and people believe in that so much that there are people, mobs that can be paid to just keep doing negative comment. But well, that's aside. For over 2 years, I know I'm following through the Kano politics as well, and I see things unravel. So there were appointment, reappointment, shake-ups in the Abba Kabir Yusuf's administration in Kano. Doesn't that give you a kind of sign before the defection?
I know. He is the governor. He can decide to work with those he would want to work with. And one thing that people doesn't even really know about Senator Kwankwaso is that he will hardly look at you and say, hey, appoint this guy.
No, but there was speculation that
Of course.
the appointment initially was by
a lot of people
Kwankwaso,
thought
and
of
people
that.
even feel that
That
maybe
should have been
Abba
the
Kabir,
case.
yes, Abba Kabir is just like a figurehead. I mean,
Okay.
instead of
so
being
when
the
we were
governor.
campaigning, the people from APC, the Gandujia people that Abba loves so much, and go back to them now, they were saying Kwankwaso is coming back in proxy.
Yeah,
Do you know our response?
yeah.
We said we really wish Kwankwaso can even come back in person, because that same Kwankwaso, we love him. Kano people love him, and Kano people can go to extra mile and vote for him again. This is the same man. He's a politician like every other politician, but he is the same man that would come out and say, hey, I want to do intervention to masses. I need money. People will contribute 100 naira, even tomorrow, if you will do that.
No. Can we put that to test now?
Please.
Okay.
Please do it. It
No,
happened.
I think it's Kwankwasiyya movement that should put that to test.
Actually, it happened before.
Yeah.
And it can happen again. Do you know why? That shows you the level of trust that Kano people have as a politician, as a former governor. You know how much we distrust our leaders.
Yeah.
But people can still contribute their hard-earned money to Kwankwasiyya movement, to Kwankwasiyya Development Foundation, to sponsor other young persons to go to study abroad. Kwankwaso wasn't a governor. We were not having a government when we sponsored 370 or something to India to study. That is just to show you this is what we believed in. And when we get somebody that is 100% drilling from there, do you think we will be happy?
No, not at all.
But if that person is from your side, would you just chase that person away?
It's more
You will try to keep working with that person and make him see a reason why this is important for Kano people, for Kwankwasiyya movement, even for all of us. So I think he just chose and decided to do what he feels he really wants to do. And now, I don't know whether I should say this, but it makes everybody that have a normal brain, just an average person, to question his loyalty in the first place. Was he ever loyal? Because a loyal person is the person that can stick with you when the power dynamics shift.
Through thick and thin.
And when he has an expectation and that expectation is not being met, that is when you realize, okay, is this person here based on convenience or based on the access he has with me or based on expectations, or he's truly here for real? He had been with Kwankwaso for over 40 years, right? All of those 40 years, Kwankwaso was the person above him in terms of power. So Kwankwaso has always been supporting this young man. Do you understand that? Abba has always been at the receiving end. Now he became so powerful that he is the governor of Kano State. Less than 3 years into his administration with that power, now he felt Kwankwaso is inadequate, or Kwankwaso is not competent enough to lead him, or Kwankwaso has so many things that he cannot even go and face him, he and him, and say, sir, I am not comfortable with ABCD. Let's talk about it. I mean, that is what every reasonable person should have done. That is what I do with people that I work with. That is what I do with my bosses. That's what I do with the people I even do politics with. If I don't agree with you, I will come and say, sir, this thing that you are saying we should do, I have another perspective. You are the boss. I will just give you my perspective. You can take it, you can drop it. But did he even do that? So if you are together with people and all they do is just yes, sir, and nodding their heads and saying everything is okay.
They're not right people to
But
be
the very
surrounded
moment they have an opportunity, or the very moment their expectations are not being met, and the first thing they do is just to take off.
What are those expectations? Because you've mentioned expectations being met. Quickly, before we go on a short break.
Okay, just go back to the politics.
Yeah.
We worked with so many people in Kwankwasiyya, and a lot of people have left Kwankwasiyya because of Abba. Because they were hoping somebody will become a governor and then they will have a role in the government. But they are seniors to him in Kwankwasiyya movement. And now you bring somebody who is lower than them and give him the governor. What will be their role? So some of those people, they will feel like, okay, so what is there for me again? So their expectations are not being met.
Yeah, but then you mentioned that Kwankwasiyya movement goes beyond just seeking appointments or something like that. It's more ideological.
It is more ideological. But at a point of time, there are people that they have an interest.
Okay.
And I will tell you this. I learned this when I was doing some study about empowerment. Whatever you want to do and you want to stay long in it, put yourself in it. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Don't just do Kwankwasiyya for no reason. Put yourself in it. Do you have any vision in your life that Kwankwasiyya movement is helping you achieve? For example, I have told you, Kano people want to see a better life for people. Person like me, I want to see better life for people. That is my motive. So I will stay with Kwankwasiyya. So far, I did not dwell on that. Other people want an appointment. Other people want to be elected. So if those things are not happening, do you say you don't want them? You want them. Because they also think they can get what they are looking for from you, and they have enough motivation to work with you. And that is all what we need. I'm not even now talking about a politician. I'm talking about somebody who have worked with a lot of young persons, training them on what they really need to find, like a purpose of life and all of that. You really need to find, okay, whatever I do, where am I in it? You need to do that. So that's why I'm saying expectations and all of power dynamics and all of that.
Thank you so much. I think we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll continue from where we stop. Considering that you've just been appointed as a spokesperson number 2 for the Kwankwasiyya movement. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's still Spotlight on S24 television, where we've been speaking to the spokesperson number 2 for Kwankwasiyya movement and also development for communication experts. And we've spoken a lot on what Kwankwasiyya is actually feeling at the moment in the chaos that looks like, oh, it's just defection, but it's more than defection. For the description that the spokesperson said that the governor was actually like a first son in the Kwankwasiyya movement. And when a first son decides to take this kind of step, it's really can deal a blow on a movement that believes so much in that person. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
So for me, I know following Kwankwasiyya movement is always presented itself as more than a political platform, an ideology rooted in education, social justice, and grassroots empowerment in one sentence. What does Kwankwasiyya stand for today, especially after this defection?
A stronger platform, or you can call it the most resilient political platform that we ever had. Because as this thing happened, this is just a little secret from Kwankwasiyya that I'm just revealing here.
Thank you for
Many more people are now trooping into Kwankwasiyya, people that bring value. They are now trooping into Kwankwasiyya. Some people even mentioned, we are moving back to Nigeria to come and work to reclaim the mandate of Kano people.
I was going to come to that. Because when you say moving back to Nigeria, a lot of people see Kwankwasiyya only in Kano. Okay, maybe from 2023 general elections, there was a bit of spread in the Northwest. And from the statistics and the research that I used to do on Kwankwasiyya, I've not seen the spread in other parts of northern Nigeria as much. So 2027 is just around the corner. Can you claim that glory at the center?
So the movement itself, we are learning platform. We try something, we see how we perform, we learn from it, then we take the next step. For the first time we contested, like Senator Rabi Musa Kwankwaso contested for the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and he had been to the general election. And even in the smallest platform out of all of those 4 political platforms that performed, he managed to emerge number 4. So now we know what we are capable of achieving, even when we started a political, like we joined a political party less than a year into election. Now what we have learned is that we cannot do it alone. And I think it's not only us that we have learned that. Many other people have learned they cannot do it alone. For example, President Muhammad Buhari, of a blessed memory, he tried many times, regional and all of that. He couldn't make it.
Until a merger.
Until when he had a great merger. Now we are looking at all options. We believe that if we really want to cross that River Niger, we really need to have a strong ally somewhere.
So when are you going to start with the strong allies? Because it seems that's not on ground as
So
is.
you see, this is one of the blessings of what Abba did to us. When we had Abba, we always feel we have a governor, and we are a little bit relaxed. Like, okay, it's okay, we can go into 2027, let's see what will happen, and probably Kwankwaso can join a merger or not, and all of that. But now, we understand that there is really an urgent need. So we now get some sense of urgency to really work with other, great politicians and platforms. And very soon, you will hear where we are going to work with. But again, 1 year is a very long time in politics.
It is.
Yeah, so we still have a lot of time now to face the reality of Abba, which I am telling you, we are still in a shock. And I cannot even, none of us will claim like it's okay.
It's not.
It is totally not okay. And that is our strength. Acceptance. If you want to move on, you need to accept. Okay, yeah, there is a problem. Yeah, what happened? He did A, B, C, D. Okay, let me look at the mirror. Where did I got it wrong? Myself. You reflect. Like I said, we are learning platform. So we are now in that stage, of regrouping, getting more people into the platform, accepting people that will now come and bring more value beyond votes. And now we are looking at different strategies to join national politics at different levels and all of that. And obviously, when the time is right, our leader is always, vocal. He can speak about it. We can come back and speak about it. And people will get to know. Just like what he said, mara hakuri shi yake cewa me aka shuka. So a person who doesn't have a patience is the one that is asking, okay, what do you put down there? If you have a patience, wait for it. It will germinate and you'll see what it is.
Yeah. I think I would go to the interview I saw that the leader of the Kwankwasiyya movement granted broadcast station just, I think, yesterday. Yeah. And you could feel the emotions because I read the body language, the face, the disappointment. Yeah. I think I really felt like there is a way to describe it. And it can only come from someone from within. Yes, you said it's not okay, clearly. Yeah. So what would be your next line of action to correct, like you said, look in the mirror to correct this?
So we are gathering information at the moment. We are working with all stakeholders. Kwankwasiyya movement, what's makes it to stand out is working with grassroots. As small as a decision about what we do with Abba and all of that, we will gather and say, hey, how do you feel? Like we already did that. Senator Kwankwaso sat down, the almighty Kwankwaso, he sat down with people from local governments and say, hey, folks, how do you feel? Do you understand how serious he considered this whole family? He can decide to say, hey, I was the governor, I was a minister, I know better than all of you, and here is what we must do. But he said, no, people are now emotional, people are down, people are confused. Guys, what do you think? How are you feeling? I am telling you this, I was part of that conversation. This is exactly what Kwankwaso was asking people. This is to tell you his level of emotional intelligence. Like, he will bring people into one hall and do one massive meeting, right? That time, he said, no. The people from each and every local government come into a room. Let us interact. Tell me, how are you doing? How are you holding up? How are you facing this whole situation? So what do you think we should do next? So we are gathering information, but one thing that we can guarantee Abba Kabir Yusuf is that we are coming for his seat. That seat, we are coming for it because there is no reason why we will not come for it. We are in politics. We are now in a total and absolute opposition with him.
And only Allah can decide the future with certainty. Only so while Allah you're preparing,
exactly, only Allah can decide the future, but we know what we will have to do. We will not just say Allah should decide. We will do our work and trust God that he will bless that work and effort of every single individual in Kano State who worked so hard to chase away APC in Kano, and they will do that again by the special grace of God.
Aren't you thinking about the power that be from the center?
Well, we are going back to what you said. All power belongs to Allah.
Yeah.
And if you work so hard, it will go to the level where it is even very difficult for your results to be manipulated. But we learn from them. Trust me, what they did to us in 2019, they attempted to do the same thing in 2023. I was one of the people that were leading our situation room of the early warning and early response. And we have saw how they were planning to make sure in 2023 election, they were trying to make sure there were so many cancellations of votes to the amount that we will have to go to inconclusive. But because we have learned before, we put the machineries that we said, no, not again. What you did before, you have to try something else.
That was obvious on the streets of Abuja when the Court of Appeal was to sit on the judgment of overturning the winning.
And I'm telling you, Kwankwasiyya people, not only our leader, we are brave people. We will work. And whatever result comes, we do accept if it is a true result. If it is not, we will fight with our last breath until when we know there is no more option for us. Then we will let it be and then regroup and get ready for to strike again.
Okay, let's quickly go back to Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has now formally aligned with the APC. From your internal engagements, like you've mentioned, when did the movement first sense that this defection is going to take a blow on you? Because I know for over a month now, there's been, Governor Abba Kabir would move to the APC or not, and all of that.
So the first one was during the Abba's Africa. We are human beings. People will believe it, some will not believe it, but we know there is something. Because if there was nothing, there would have been a better way that Abba would approach it. He had never said it was a lie. Like he had never said, I dissociated myself with these people. He was just there, enjoying what is going on and all of that. But we don't have to suspect him for the things that he did not do just because of his silence. So we gave him that benefit of maybe he's not brave enough. And now we are understanding he is not. And that is why I pity him. Ganduje was brave. He did the fight very well. He forget about anything and he come out and do the fight. He even did it bloody, whatever we can call it, right? But this guy, he's still trying to say, okay, let me keep my red cap. Let me keep a good relationship. We are still together. He is not going to benefit from that goodwill of Kano people. It happened. If you respect this gentleman, if you respect this movement, if you respect the choices of Kano people, you should have stayed where they voted you. But now that you have moved, we are coming for his seat.
Okay, from a governance standpoint, what specific development outcomes does Kwankwasiyya believe cannot be achieved within NNPP but suddenly become possible under APC?
None.
Okay.
None.
Again, let's go quickly to the interview that the Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso gave, which described the defection as a betrayal and stated clearly that one cannot follow Abba to APC and remain Kwankwasiyya member. Is this a moral position, an ideological one, or a strategic necessity?
I think it is ideological and strategic necessity.
Okay. Globally, defections are often framed as political realignment rather than betrayals. What makes this case fundamentally different in your view?
The investment that Kwankwaso and Kwankwasiyya movement made on Abba and the approach of the defection by the governor, which he decided to do it without a proper engagement with his master and the people in the Kwankwasiyya movement.
Why did you say master? Because we're trying to fight the godfatherism thing in a way that is like a boss and a stooge. Yeah.
So what do you want to call Abba to Kwankwaso?
Okay. Well, I think for me, I wouldn't want to say a master, maybe a mentor, because when you say master...
Okay, let's use the mentor.
Okay, so when you
Forgive my English.
No problem. When you
mentor.
say master, a lot of people put different meanings to it. Because now I might be standing at this point, I'm seeing a 9. And from your perspective, you're seeing a 6.
Yeah.
So that individual difference is enough for people to say, why would you say master in the first place? So that's why I said maybe we can choose another word. Thank you. And the APC also has publicly described Governor Yusuf's defection as evidence that Kano is returning to the center, especially
Of course.
after the party lost the state in 2023 presidential election. Is this genuine power shift or political symbolism amplified by incumbency?
The leadership of Kano state government aligned with the center, but they did not align with the people of Kano.
Okay.
It is just that simple.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. From your assessment, was this defection driven more by federal influence, political pressure, or personal calculation by the governor, if you would do justice to the person?
If I should be honest with you, I don't know.
Okay. And what facts?
Like, it's difficult to understand.
Yeah, because there wasn't
But we
consultation
will
according
find
to
out.
you. Yeah.
We will find out.
So what facts inform your position as is on loyalty betrayal?
He was never loyal. Simple. Okay. That is what he did. That's not how loyal people do it. He was just an opportunist who was waiting for his time, and he got it, and now we saw his true color.
Now to the big question. Is Kwankwasiyya movement prepared to lose elections rather than dilute its ideological stance, or is compromise now inevitable in Nigeria's political ecosystem?
So our ideology is good, and people love it. So why do we need to dilute it? And if people love what you do, people vote, right? People will still vote us. Yeah.
So what internal lessons has this episode forced Kwankwasiyya movement to confront?
3 things. Moving forward, we must engage with people based on 3 things. Duty. We will not just look at you and say, hey, we trusted you, and you have been with us for long, you are loyal, that's it. No, we will look at what are your contributions to the movement. Duty. Then we will be very strategic beyond what we did now. You know, a lot of people are working with other people, but they have leverage. But for us, we don't have leverage. Ask people that know Kwankwaso. When he supported you to go there, he won't talk to you again. Like, you have to do A, you have to do B. No. He is a typical Fulani man. He will hardly look at you and say, hey, where are we? All of that. No. He gave you the opportunity. You know the blueprint. You know what you need to do. So if you refuse to do it, Kwankwaso will be just looking at you. If an opportunity comes where he will say, okay, let another person take it, he will do that. But he's not that kind of a person that loves to get his hand into everything. No, he's a typical Fulani man.
Okay, now, so looking forward to 2027, is Kwankwasiyya positioning itself as a third force, a coalition partner, or a kingmaker on the national stage, and under what non-negotiable principles?
So here is me as Mansur. I believe we are going to explore options of collaboration.
Okay. You mentioned that.
If we are able to secure something that aligns with our principle and the aspirations of Nigerians, we will join it. If we couldn't do that, then we will attempt to be the, another force, maybe second or third, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to the people of Kano watching now, beyond party flags and political drama, what single question should citizens ask their leaders to truly judge who is serving them and who is merely switching sides?
So they just need to look at what is so much wrong in where their leaders are when they need to move to another party. And they also really need to look at what is so enticing, especially something of benefit and value that can come to them that makes their leaders to go. I will tell you this, and I'm saying this to every single APC member, that this same APC is the party that produced leader that had shoot every sense of the way that we live, the inflation and everything. And until today, there is no any sign that that thing is coming back, which means every single individual in Nigeria is impacted, but the poor men and women are impacted the most. And nobody is doing anything about it. So what is so interesting, so beneficial, so enticing? Okay, I will tell you something. I think people still didn't really realize that. The major damage that had ever been done to Nigeria during my generation is the Naira devaluation. We devalue our Naira. It was like dollar to Naira was about 400, 300, 280. Then all of a sudden it goes to 1,500.
But that will be attributed to the federal government.
Now the Kano is interested in joining the people that have done that to everybody. And the impact of what the federal government have done has gone down to each and every individual, including the old men and women in my own community in Kurugu village, right? So the impact, transcends down to every
To
level.
the ordinary
So
people.
people that were there, they know. It's not like they don't know that when I devalue the naira, I'm just making life of people miserable. They know, but they decided to do it because of certain reasons that we don't even understand. Why would I be interested in working with these people when my people here in Kano State that voted for me had never complained about my political party or where I belong to?
Okay, thank you so much. And let's go to the last trend. It's called rapid fire for S24. The answers are short, yes or no, or you just give a statement. So let's start with
Well,
this
I'm a
one.
politician.
Yes, but even at that, we'd like to be as strict as possible with the yes or no, very short answer.
Okay.
So the first one, yes or no. Was Abba Kabir Yusuf's defection known to Kwankwasiyya leadership really well before it became public because of the speculations in the media?
I don't believe so.
Okay. One word. What Abba Kabir Yusuf did, betrayal, pragmatism, or miscalculation?
Fundamental betrayal.
Okay, yes or no? Can Kwankwasiyya movement coexist with the APC in Kano without losing its identity?
No.
Did Senator Kwankwasiyya's comment close the door to reconciliation intentionally?
No. He always left the doors open. Even in the last conversation he had with BBC interview, he opened the door. And that's what politicians do. If you are good in politics, you don't
Close the
you
door.
don't close the door. Yeah.
Yes or no? Do you think the movement lost real political power today because of Abba Kabir's defection?
Government power or political power?
Political power.
It gained more political power
Okay.
because we gain sympathy. People are angry with Abba, and they are part of us. And people had always been angry with APC. They had always been angry with Ganduje. And thank God now the Ganduje held the hand of Abba before the eyes of Kano people. The same Kano people that fought this Ganduje. Now Ganduje is here celebrating, holding the hand of the governor they brought. Do you know the amount of damage that governor did to himself by doing that? I am telling you, when we had that Ganduje might not be able to go to be in Kano, we commit to prayer. So may God make it possible for Ganduje to come to Kano. May he be part of this betrayal so that everybody will see the picture. Now everybody knows that Abba now belongs to Ganduje. The mentor, is he even a mentor? Well, his boss politically now is Ganduje.
Okay, now one sentence. What does APC gain from this defection that it did not win at the ballots in 2020?
I will tell you a lot.
Okay.
They did nothing. They get a governor. Well, there is two way we call these two groups. The group that left with our mandate, we call them Achida Ilapia.
Okay.
The group now that received them, we call them Mbanzata Party.
Oh, wow.
Of course. They did nothing. Absolutely. Like they did everything humanly possible to stop Abba from emerging. Then after everything these guys now carry, everybody, including some of the refined people that we have in NNPP, are moved to APC, not APC, to Ganduje actually. So of course we call them Achida Ilapia and Mbanzata Party.
Oh, I think that's left to Kano people to continue to debate on that. Yes or no, were grassroots supporters adequately consulted before this political rupture? You said no, but I really just want a yes or no answer.
No.
Okay, after the thing now, you've mentioned that Senator Kwankwaso spoke with the normal people or the grassroots on this. What was the ambience like when that
the same thing with all of us, the same thing that you feel when you go to Kano Street. Just go to Kano, ask people on the street. Don't ask people in APC. The only people that you shouldn't ask are APC people and people in Achida Ilapia.
Okay.
But ask every other person. People felt betrayed, disappointed.
So now choose one. Choose one. Ideology or access to federal power. What decides Kano politics now?
In terms of who wins, who lose, ideology.
Okay.
It has always been like that. Aminu Kano, Rimi, Kwankwaso, like their history.
So yes or no, will there be more defections from Kwankwasiyya in the next 6 months?
We are seeing more bleeding from APC to another political party. We are seeing that because now you have so many people that have individual interest and they came together without having a framework of engagement. So what do you expect? People will feel uncomfortable. I can tell you categorically, as we are speaking, people from different camps had already started speaking to us.
Okay, and finish this line, which is the last on our list.
Okay.
Kano voters should judge this defection by what?
By what they believed in.
Thank you so much, Captain Mansur. I think there is Umar in the name and Kurugu, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been really insightful speaking to you, and I believe that a lot of people will learn so much from what we've discussed. Thank you so much. Politics is often reduced to movement, who joins, who leaves, and who gains power. But the history book judges something deeper: intention, consequence, and integrity. Today, we've heard the voice of a movement at a crossroads, defiant, reflective, and challenged by change. Whether Kano's future is shaped by ideology or alignment remains an open question, but one truth stands very firm: democracy demands scrutiny, memory, and participation. This conversation does not end in this room. It continues in communities, institutions, and in the lived realities of the Kano people. I am Halima Abdulrauf. This is Spotlight On, where Africa speaks to the world. Thank you for joining us, and bye for now.